fact that Stephen is a 375 in finance, was selected by the National Football Foundation Hall of Fame to receive one of their 6 postgraduate $10,000 scholarships. And as our president said, what makes him most happy is he's chosen to come back to Widener to use his postgraduate scholarship. Steve Cianci.
Thank you, Coach Mandel. I'd like to thank everybody on behalf of my alumni class who's associated with the City All-Star Game. And I was asked to say a few words. And what I thought of when I thought of the All-Star Game.
Parents was very close with one of the state representatives in Pennsylvania and wanted to give us a proclamation. I'd like right now to bring up Mrs. Ann Johnstone, who's going to read off the proclamation from State Representative Richardson.
Please. On behalf of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the House of Representatives would like to present a citation. Whereas on April 10th, 1991, the Philadelphia All-Star Football League is holding its 17th annual banquet to highlight its All-Star football game. And whereas founded in 1974 by Dr. Ralph J. Recapito,
What more can be said?
One of the really prestigious awards is the First and Goal Award. And many people who have achieved so much in football have been past recipients, 2 of whom are here tonight. Bill Manlove and Dick Vermeil both received this award in the past. Tonight's recipient is one of my favorite people in the world. When people used to say to me, what kind of a man is Wilbert Montgomery, I would answer very quickly and say, he is as fine a person as he is a football player. And believe me, that said a lot. One of the things I am most proud of is the fact that I was able to describe each touchdown that Wilbert scored throughout his entire NFL career. And perhaps one of the greatest thrills occurred on a bitterly cold January day in 1981 when Wilbert Montgomery exploded off the right side against the Dallas Cowboys, and every one of us knew at that moment that the Eagles were headed to Super Bowl 15. To present the award to Wilbert, here is his former head coach, Dick Vermeil.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great pleasure to present this award to Wilbert Montgomery. Wilbert, not slighting past former great players that are Hall of Fame players, but I kind of believe that Wilbert Montgomery is the finest Eagle offensive football player to ever play in Philadelphia. I really believe that. And I know Steve used to come in the locker room after ball games, and Steve would agree with me. Chuck Bednarik has been given credit for being the finest defensive player to ever play. I really believe Wilbert Montgomery is the finest offensive player that's ever played. And I'll tell you this, very few quality superstar players gave as much of what he had and asked for so little in return as Wilbert Montgomery. Wilbert, my pleasure.
First of all, I would like to say thank you. I would like to thank the Eagles City All-Stars for being the recipient of this award. 2, I can't say enough about Coach Vermeil and his family, Carol, his wife, his son, Rick and Dave, and his lovely daughter, Nancy. Not only that they was a part of my life during my pro career as a ball player, but they was friends. They gave me a lot to have you as the voice of the Philadelphia Eagles. As I stand here today, I can look out there and I can see a lot of young stars, future stars. Stars that had the same dream that I had as a young man growing up. I played in an all-state football game not knowing what path or what road that I was going to take as a young man. I started in the all-state football game as a defensive back. I was all-state defensive back, not knowing that the road that I was going to take was going to lead me into a running back. So it's not where you start up, it's always where you end up to be. The one thing that you young people have to look at today is education. I think that's the most important goal, dream that we all should have. Education is the one thing that nobody can ever take away from you. All the richness, all the money, all the glamour that can be taken, removed. What you learn as a student academically, it will follow you for the rest of your life. All the cheers that you hear on the field when you walk out in front of 70,000 fans, someday will come to a halt. And when that day it comes to a halt, you as a young person has to look at society and you have to insert yourself into the corporate world. I think that is the most important thing that you have right now. You know this war, and thank you as a group for cheering me on for so many years. Thank you for having me here.
Once again, for those of you who are not aware, Hal Selby was a freshman football player at Widener at the time of his untimely death. And the students at Cardinal Dougherty, where he had played as a high school player and also played in the All-Star game and at Widener, presented this award in his memory. And it's presented to two players selected this year are Troy Davis from Overbrook High School for a public. Non-public is Dan Ginville of St. John Newman.
Thank you.
For this, and I promise my teammates that I'll rap on Saturday.
To assist us, I'd like to ask up two gentlemen who have really helped us greatly. Mr. Bob Clark, who is the Executive Vice President of the Maxwell Club, who Maxwell Club has been involved with our All-Star game from the very end. Goes to two young men who, in our opinion, are the outstanding students playing in this year's 1991 All-Star game. And let me just say it was a very tough job to select these two people, but they are both outstanding football players and outstanding students as well. On the non-public side is Michael Giuliano from Father Judge. And from the public side, it is Doug Tooley from Washington High School. Doug was also a Maxwell Award winner during the week, and time to present the award to Juliana. Okay, the next three scholarship award winners are presented by Budget Rent-A-Car, and from the Public League, Bill Thompson from Frankfurt. Also from the Public League, from Mass Bomb Tech, Danny Soto. From the non-public league team, from St. Joe's Prep, Keith Delaney. Well, as one of the biggest supporters of the game, in fact, the biggest supporter that we probably have ever had in the history of the game, has been the gentleman who sung the national anthem for us, Senator Joseph Rocks. Through his work and his efforts, we were able to present these next 4 scholarships. The next one will go to Adam Friedman from Northeast. Charmin Colbert from Overbrook. James Crone from North Catholic. And Michael Conway from Cornell Dockett. But the next awards are given through the efforts of Mr. John McGardle from Chesterville Academy. We ran into a little situation and we needed an additional sponsor, and Coach McGardle was able to get Coca-Cola to be a big contributor. So we have 5 $500 scholarships as compliments of Coca-Cola. From Northeast, Dan Peter. Martin Luther King, Eric Robinson. From Penn Charter, from Penn Charter, Garrett Jackson. From Central High School, Josh Todd. And from Cornell Doherty, John Alaborn.
Wilbert's going to play for put me in
To assist us in the next awards, I'd like to ask 2 gentlemen to come to the microphone, Mr. Walter Wilson and Mr. Nick Sacali from American Airlines, and Mr. Walter Wilson from the Mercy Douglas Corporation. Fellas, as Steve Cianci mentioned, you meet a lot of great people in in the game of football, perpetuating his name, and we certainly are very glad and we were willing to go along with doing that. We're very glad to participate in and appreciate their help. Believe me. Tank was a man who was dedicated to the game and did an awful lot for a lot of young men. In his name, from the Mercy Douglas Corporation, we have 2 awards. One to Jeffrey Coles, an outstanding student from Germantown. And also from Central High School, Warren Hilton, another outstanding student. The cheerleaders are moving around selling the raffle tickets, compliments of American Airlines, and a trip to Hawaii. And we have Mr. Nick Sicali up here. We had, because of their efforts, because of American Airlines efforts, we were able to match the $1,000 that Mercy Douglas has given, and in again, Tank Wilson's memory, we'd like to present the next award, thanks to American Airlines, to Jerome Pointer from West Catholic. And the last award in Tank's memory, and again, compliments of American Airlines, is to Todd Richardson of Central High School. Knowing the 3 young men from the public league very well, in the short time I've gotten to know them with the practice and being a graduate of West Catholic, and knowing the time that the Tank has put in the West Philadelphia area, I know he's smiling down on these 4 guys right now. Okay, also the next award, again, compliments of American Airlines, in memory of another great individual, fellow gentleman who was involved with us for many years in the All-Star Game. In fact, was the first chairman of this scholarship committee, acted as our chaplain, our spiritual guidance for a long time. Father Murray was the athletic director at Father Judge and later taught at North Catholic. So again, thanks to American Airlines, we present this next scholarship in memory of Father Murray to Matt Helverson from North Catholic. Printing your programs in front of you, that will be printing the game program. The owner of IGS Printing is the newest member of our board, an outstanding quarterback and baseball player at Archbishop Ryan and at Wake Forest. And this award is given the compliments of his company, and there will also be one given to a journalism student, also compliments of his company. And that award goes to Tim Crozier of Archbishop Ryan. The last award tonight is in memory of another great individual, a former member of our board, who truly loved this game, young men, so much so that the city of Philadelphia thought it appropriate to name one of the playgrounds in the Northeast after him. It is given by the McArdle family in memory of Frank McArdle, and it goes to Anthony Mazzacano of Father Judge. Okay, that wraps up the scholarships for tonight. There was $12,000 that were awarded tonight. There will be more awarded tonight in the game to cheerleaders, and after the game to journalism and photography students. We have given away over $100,000 since we have started this game, and we just hope we can continue and keep on doing it and make it bigger and better each and every year. I want to offer my good luck to the non-public squad. We will be ready. It's going to be a great challenge, I'm sure. And we're looking forward to the Super Bowl game this Saturday night. Thank you very much.
I want to bring up one of our board members who wants to make a presentation, Mr. Larry Durst.
No speaker.
Told me to keep it down to an hour. Pleasure to be here, as usual. During the past year, a lot of things have been placed in proper perspective for me. The fact that what life really is.
Tommy? Tom, we're ready to go. Coin toss.
The national anthem. Okay, like we said, the 17th annual City All-Star Football Game. The primary sponsors are the Philadelphia Eagles, the Philadelphia Daily News, Coca-Cola Bottling Company, and Budget Rent-A-Car. My name is Ted Solari. My partner tonight, the new head football coach at St. John Newman High School, Ed DiCamillo, also the game director.
Okay, Teddy, we're set for the flip of the coin. Captains for the Public League are Mark Baxter, the outstanding quarterback from the Public League champion Mass-Bomb team, Ray Savage, the quarterback from Washington High School, and Lance Johnstone, the big outstanding linebacker and running back from Germantown, and John Smith from West Philadelphia. On the non-Public League side, we have John McGlinchey, who'll be playing nose guard tonight from West Catholic High School, Ryan Devine, another nose guard from Archbishop Ryan, who's the MVP of the Northern Division, and Derek Norris, the quarterback from Cardinal Doherty, and Greg Clark, the wide receiver from Father Judge.
Non-publics have won the toss. It looks like they deferred. It's a little tough to tell who that started running in there, right? We'll have to see when they line up.
Well, Teddy, this is a tie-breaking year. the series high. And Meter has had a great practice session, and Coach Recapito from the Public League said anytime they're inside the 30, he would not hesitate to send Meter in the ball game to try a field goal.
Also, for the knowledge of our fans, most high school, of course, all high school games are played with 12-minute quarters. The All-Star game played in 15-minute quarters to give each participant a little more opportunity to play. What do you think of one of the quarterbacks returning kicks? Is it a little dangerous, or just shows his versatility?
Norris is the fastest non-pub player. I think Glenn Gallione said if he's the fastest guy, he would be back to receive. It's a short kick.
Clark on about the 20, right side, and snowed under at about the 33-yard line.
We'll try to set the non-pub offense for you. At quarterback will be Derek Norris. Now they look like they made a change. It looks like Jerry Schmink from Father Judge will start at quarterback. At tailback will be Mark Ostaszewski. They're coming out in a spread formation to try to confuse the Public League right away.
That's Norris, I think.
That's Norris at tailback. He's down right there. Obviously, the non-pubs were going to try a trick play with Norris lining up as a tailback. He went downfield for a pass, Teddy, but unfortunately the pass was completed, but the receiver fell and his knees touched the ground, and the receiver was Charlie Warner.
Yeah, they ruled that incomplete. And also, Greg Clark was way downfield by himself. I think they were going to try a double pass there, maybe. Catch the Public League napping on the first play, and was thrown a little bit underthrown, and Warner had to scoop it off the turf and complete. Again, this spread formation. Snick underneath. Bobby McDevitt from Ryan. Into the Public League bench area.
Obviously, Teddy, this offensive formation, this spread formation, when it trips to the near sideline.
Jimmy Mintel from North Catholic. A draw. Mintel, lots of running room. Good block there by number 21 McDevitt. Mintel over midfield, down inside the 40, about 39, first down, non-public.
Big gainer there, Teddy, on a draw play.
Wide outs. Again, the spread formation with 2 wideouts and 2 slots. Norris to Clark over the middle. Tackled by number 24 of the Pugs, is Lance Johnstone. Again, a first down.
The non-pubs look sharp here tonight, Teddy. They've obviously come out with a formation that the Public League did not expect, and they're giving the Public League headaches.
If I remember correctly from the regular season, Clark's nickname is Game Day. They said he wasn't much of a practice player, but...
That's right. We never knew when he was going to show up at Father Judge. But when he does show up, he plays a heck of a football game. We have a spread formation again here, Teddy, and we don't have the outside receiver covered at all.
Across the line is Grimace quickly. Number 10, Darius Mason. I'm sorry, number 16, that is. Inman Garner from Edison on the tackle.
The running back was Ricky Morash, who played both fullback and tailback at Father Judge.
So the first good defensive play on the Public League's part makes it 2nd and 10. One thing about this All-Star game, kids from horrible teams can really shine if they're good individuals and get in this atmosphere. And Inman Garner on a team that hasn't won a game in 5 or 6 years, and he made a nice play there. Norris looking long, right corner of the end zone. Overthrown. Wouldn't matter, they were both across the back end there. The intended receiver was 82, Charlie Warner from Judge. And the defender, 32, is Terrell Jones from George Washington. So that brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 10. What do you run here, Ed?
Well, I think the non-pubs have come out and shown they can throw the ball, and obviously it's a passing situation, but I wouldn't be surprised if they came right back to the draw play that worked so successfully for them a few downs ago.
Okay, the setback this time is Ostaszewski, I believe. He's going out. A swing pass to Mark. Garner again on the tackle.
Osto, as he's known by his teammates, made a nice move there to get away from the first defender, but the Public League wasn't fooled at all on that play.
Call the loss of 1. That's 2 individual tackles for Garner so far. Playing middle guard.
And no doubt about the public league will be quick. Defensively, Coach Recapito said to me that he felt as though that was the strength of his team. And they were caught a little shorthanded early in the ball game, but they seem to have adjusted now and settled down.
4th down, Norris. He's taking off. Room to the left, has the first down and more. Derek Norris from Cardinal Doherty scrambles. Darius Mason from Dobbins, number 10, 44. Jamie Jacobs from Mastbaum in on the tackle. And we're down to the 6.
Norris showed his speed on that play. He broke that up the middle. Norris is a option quarterback out of Cardinal Doherty, and he showed the speed he had that time. Once he gets into the secondary, he's a mover and shaker.
Let's call it the 7 officially. 1st and goal for the non-Pubs. We're 11:40 left in the first quarter. This drive began at the non-public's 33. Morris over the ball, a tight formation now. To give to Ostashevsky. Nice hole on the right side. Close, maybe to the 1.
Real nice block there by Timmy Crozier, the fullback from Ryan, blocking for his teammate Ostashevsky. Threw a key block on that play, Teddy, and just knocked the defensive end right off his feet.
Okay, 2nd and goal from the 1.
Okay, we got a tight formation again, Ted. I formation. Moving back in motion is Patero. Off tackle, he gets stacked up. A great effort by the public league there on that play. I'll try to get a number for you. Looked like number 72, Robert Holmes out of Mastbaum. Just stacked that thing up right at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like we have somebody down hurt, and it is an official. While we have a stoppage in play, we'd like to mention that Budget Rent-A-Car is a new turn out of Cardinal Doherty is at 1 guard. Number 60, Mike Hagan from Father Judge, is on the right side. It looks like number 64 at the right tackle, Jim Crone out of North Catholic. At the left guard spot, it looks like Bill McComb from Roman. And the other tackle looks like Garrett Jackson from Penn Charter. Although it looks like a Cardinal Doherty helmet, I'll have to get a spot for you. No, that's Garrett Jackson out of Penn Charter at the left tackle spot. So the kids up front have been doing an excellent job so far. My spotter here is saying it's number 75 at left tackle, Mark Allen out of Doherty.
Okay, here we go. In motion, Mark Patero from the wingback slot to give to the fullback. Crozier, is he in? Yes.
Timmy Crozier out of Archbishop Ryan, the fullback, at 5'10", 185 pounds. Crozier was the blocking back on the first 2 plays, and now the non-Pubs decided to give it to him. And up the middle he went over the left side for the TD. I'd like to add that Crozier is one of the top students from the non-public league schools, where he ranks 5th in his class of 690 at Archbishop Ryan. The kicker is number 42, Jim McCafferty out of Archbishop Ryan, and the holder will be Derek Norris. Snapping for the punt will be number 50, John McGlinchey, and we have a procedure penalty against the public league, which will move the ball to the 1.5 yard line, and the non-Pubs may go for 2 instead of the 1. Let's see here, Teddy.
This is interesting for me to see McCaffrey kicking the ball. He's a tremendous punter, but Brian Hamill is the kicker for Ryan all year, set a Southeastern Pennsylvania record for field goals in a season. And he's only a junior, of course, so he can't be in the game. Now McCaffrey getting a chance to double his duties here.
Coach Gallione told me prior to the game that McCafferty was his backup kicker at Ryan anyhow. And he surely shows he can kick off the T2, Teddy, where he just blasted that through. And the score goes 7-0, non-Publics at the 10:25 mark.
Budget Rent-A-Car in Philadelphia features quality products of Chrysler. That's a 67-yard drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plays. And they jump ahead, 7-0. Kicking off for the non-Publics. Number 89 is Matt Helverson from North Catholic. As Ed stated, triple safety back for the Pub. Kick is short, Joby Hamiter from Mastbomb, snowed under. So the Public League will take over its first offensive possession, 1st and 10.
We may have a penalty back here upfield. It looks like the kicker, Helverson, was really dumped after he kicked the ball, and there's a flag on the field right next to where Helverson hit the ground. So there may be a personal foul call of some kind against the kicker and against the Public League. No, it's a procedure call, looks like, against the Public League. Very odd call here on a kickoff.
You get that from pulling back from your
MVP. And Baxter has signed with Temple University and will be there in the fall. At tailback will be number 30, William Bailey out of Bartram.
I formation, which is what Mastbomb runs. Baxter on a roll, looking long. The Coles, he tripped, and so did the defender. They tangled their feet. Number 40 is Anthony Mazzacano from Judge. No call. Good no call.
That's a good no call.
Wall City quarterback in 11 years since Kevin Newman played at Dobbins. That's how much we thought of it. Split backs now. Baxter again, rolling, looking. Underneath to Hamiter.
Hamiter's the big tight end also out of Mastbomb, and he's no stranger to Baxter. He caught 18 passes during the season for 410 yards and 6 TDs, and Hamiter's a big target at 6'4", 240. He's also the Central Board of Officials Sportsmanship Award winner. He's an all-city player, an all-area player, and a basketball player at Mastbomb.
Okay, that's a first down.
Athlete, Ted.
Excuse me, first down, gain of 15 on the play. Split backs again. Todd Richardson is in the backfield. Baxter on a roll, this time left. Throws, good hit,
Nice
prevents
play.
the catch. Tom Zio from Ryan. Stuck, number 30, Bill Bailey, just as he attempted to catch the ball. Incomplete. When's the last time you saw the Public League throw 3 passes in the first 3 plays of the game?
Well, talking to the coaches said they were going to run. Maybe they thought I was a spy or something. He comes out throwing, and he looks mighty good at doing it.
As a point of interest, Ed, correct me if I'm wrong here, but the rules have always been that the teams must play a 5-2.
Yes, that's correct, and no blitzing by the linebackers or any secondary personnel.
In the eye this time. Baxter, option, we'll keep, we'll pay the price.
Real nice play, Teddy.
John McGlinchey, West Catholic. Here, Coles split wide to the right. In the eye. Baxter. To Coles. It's complete. This is enough for the first down. It'll be close. I think it's a little short, Ed. Maybe a half a yard.
Well, that was just a great play by Baxter. He really looks great out there, coming out there on a rollout. He freezes the corner. They're not sure whether he's going to take off running or throw. And that was just a beautiful play.
All right, it's 4th down. Officially, it's 2 yards to go. Jeff Cole's also going to Temple, Ed, so we might see Baxter and Coles hook up in college a few times. They're going to punt the Public League.
Let's see who we have back. It looks like Greg Clark and Father Judge will be deep for the non-pubs and a single safety.
Jim McCrease from Frankfurt punting. Bob McDevitt from Ryan is back, takes it on the 20. And a respectable return. Up to about the 25, 26. Alex Mulai in on the tackle. George Washington headed for Lehigh.
Quarterback now, Ted. It's still Derek Norris with Crozier at the fullback spot, and they're staying with the spread formation.
Norris, water bugging. Line of scrimmage,
nice
and
move.
beyond. Up the left side, and steps out of bounds after about a 8 or 9 yard gain, maybe more. We'll see. This is a first down. Derek Norris from Farnell Doherty showing his happy feet.
As soon as he felt pressure, Teddy, he doesn't hesitate pulling the ball down, and off he goes. And he made something out of nothing on that play.
Call it a gain of 12. Again, the spread. Charlie Warner from Judge at the top of your screen, furthest to the right. Give up the middle. 2.
Quick hitter up the middle, looked like Dan Gidville from Newman,
Yes.
number 26. Tried to hit on a quick hitter up the middle and maybe catch the public league napping, thinking pass, but public league responded, and it'll be a 2nd and 8, Ted.
Ball at the 41. 6:50 left in the first quarter. Northeast High, Charlie Martin Memorial Stadium. Norris to his right. Quick pitch to Ostashevsky. Good block downfield by Clark. Lots of room. Finally, number 24, Lance Johnstone, catches up and makes the tackle.
There's an option quarterback doing what he knows how to do best, is run option. And Ostashevsky, the quick running back from Archbishop Ryan, took advantage of that play, and great blocking downfield by both Charlie Warner and Greg Clark, both receivers from Father Judge. That play went off just like you draw it up. It was an excellent option play executed by Derek Norris from Cardinal Doherty High School.
Mantell slipped there as he started out of his stance and made an easy play for number,
looks like number 86,
who is John Smith, West Philly.
Public League is still a little confused with the spread formation. Each time the non-pubs break the huddle, there's a lot of heads spinning out there on that defense, not sure where to line up with their secondary personnel.
Not too many times you're going to see this kind of formation in Public League.
Here we are again, and they're short a man now. He's coming over to cover. They're a little confused here.
Lars went away from his backs down the middle of the field, and no one can get it.
Good coverage all the way down the field, Teddy. Looked like number 80 from Overbrook, Jermaine Cutbirth, had the coverage on Warner, and they weren't fooled on that play. They tried to set 3 receivers to one side and hit Warner on the backside through the middle of the post, but the Public League wasn't fooled on that play. Looked like Norris could have pulled the ball down and took off running again. He didn't get any pressure on the backside.
You think that was a broken play because he spun away from his back? So you think that was designed?
I don't know. I think it was designed.
Norris again. Give on the draw to Ostashevsky. Johnstone wraps him up at the 26-yard line.
Ostashevsky has got quick feet, and as most of the viewers know out there, Ostashevsky has rushed for over 1,000 yards during the season, and he's a first-team All-Catholic, and has scored 9 TDs for the Ryan Raiders, who are the champions of the Catholic League. It'll be 1st and 10 for the non-pubs on the 26-yard line.
Threatening again. Norris takes the Crozier, the quick pass out to Bob McDevitt from Ryan. Again, Johnstone in on the tackle.
Great play again by the non-pubs. Anywhere they get single coverage, Teddy, he may have audibled into that. It looked like they were giving him a lot of room, and it could have been an audible where he just spun out and hit him on a quick hitch, and up the field he went.
I wonder how much arguing took place among the non-public coaches on what kind of offense to run. Norris, of course, and Doherty, they did run a spread formation. Glenn Gallion, the head coach, and Ryan, they're used to running the eye.
Option again.
Fumble. And the hit on the play was by number 88 from Central, Warren Hilton. He forced the bad pitch by Norris.
Now, unfortunately for the non-public league team, if the pitch was a clean pitch, he had plenty of running room out there on the right side. But Derek Norris seemed to belly back. Instead of just stopping and pitching the ball, it seemed like he wanted to run with it first instead of pitching, and it caused a turnover. Maybe this will bring the public league back to life. So it's 1st and 10 public league at the 4:06 mark.
31-yard line. Baxter again, rolling, looking long. Coles is ahead of the field. Ahead of the field, he falls. He had to spin once or twice, and I'm not sure he would have caught it anyway, but right at the end of the pounding, he fell. The ball landed at the 30-yard line. Baxter was about at the 25. Threw that on the run.
Public league team has number 70, Todd Josh Todd from Central comes out over the football.
Baxter. Underneath. Just overthrown. Good coverage.
Good coverage by number 22, Jim McGee from Ryan. But again, Baxter was right on target. It was just a little high, but the coverage was excellent by the non-public league team.
Pass was intended for number 22 from Roxborough, Jimmy Burton.
And it'll put us in a 3rd and 10. The public league offense hasn't shown much in the way of different formations. They're staying in that tight slot formation, which is a recapitol offense from Mastbaum, and they haven't made much change out of this formation. Baxter again.
Underneath, dropped. Number 40, Greg Garrett from West Philly, is backpedaling.
And the coverage again by Tommy Zio from Ryan. So it'll be 4th down, and the Pubs will line up in punt formation. Deep for the non-public league team will be number 21, Bob McDevitt. And again, he will be back there in single safety.
Jim McCreech from Frankfurt is your punter. 3:43 left, first quarter. Non-public continues to lead 7-0. No rush. And a short punt. McDevitt
Going to
doesn't
take
get
a
a chance.
non-punt roll. The ball will come to rest, I guess, on about the 40. Bringing you this broadcast. Each year they have went out of their way to do an excellent job to put this game out on the TV for the kids of Philadelphia.
All right, at their own 47, the give on a draw, number 33. Tim Crozier stopped for no gain.
Pubs weren't fooled on that play, Teddy.
Almost for the non-public so far, almost every running play has been a draw.
Well, they're in that spread formation, and there's not a heck of a lot you can run out of it. They're either going to run draw, dive, or option. There's really only 3 plays that they're going to run out of that offense, and obviously the draw has been a big one because the passing game has been going so well for the non-public league team.
And when they did try the option, that's when they had the fumble, so they might be scared away from that a little bit. Jim Mintel now the tailback. Morris to throw. Underneath, did that hit the ground? Yes, it did.
They had pressure there by number 89, Corey Frazier from King. He kind of backed Mintel right up into the quarterback, and it caused Norris to throw a wayward pass that time. Mintel seemed to lose his footing, and when he went up to hit the big defensive end, Frazier, who's 6'2", 220, he just pushed him right back into the quarterback's lap. So it brings up a 3rd and about 8. Spread formation again. We got trips to the right.
Ostashevsky, the tailback. Pressure. Underneath, Ostashevsky on a screen. 61. Troy Davis from Overbrook, the first one there. Scrambled away briefly, then snowed under.
Garrett Hill,
West Philly.
From Garrett Hill, is he?
I'm sorry, Germantown.
From Germantown, also in on a play. Ostashevsky kind of slipped the first tackle, but Hill came in there to clean it up, and it's a big loss for the non-public league team. It'll bring up a 4th down, and we'll be punting. And the punter for the non-public league team will be. Let me check the number there.
We'll have to wait till they come out in formation. It should be Jim McCaffrey. I don't know why.
Yeah, it is McCaffrey. It looked like it was someone else. I couldn't understand why it wouldn't be McCaffrey. But Jim McCaffrey is back in punt formation and back to receive the punt.
Delay of game. McCaffrey, the all-city punter. Handles the snap. And it's a short kick.
Going to be down by number 50, John McGlinchey out of West Catholic, who snapped on that punt. And it wasn't a good punt as far as the McCaffrey punt is concerned. McCaffrey is known throughout the inner city as the best punter to come out of the Catholic League in the last 5 or 6 years.
1 minute left in the first quarter. Baxter still at quarterback. Richardson at fullback from Central. The give is to him. Who is that guy? 44. You know him?
Yeah, I seem to know him. He's one of my tax deductions. Number 44 is Ed D. Camillo out of Father Judge. Just happens to be my son, and it was a nice play there by the non-pub defense.
He was an average player. That was a good play. Todd Richardson was the ball carrier, picked up only a yard. Baxter.
A lot of pressure.
Gets rid of it and saves himself a loss of around 15.
Closing the first quarter.
They lost about a yard and a half on that play with the spot of the ball, but that's all right.
We got movement up front. It looks like somebody on the offense moved. And it'll be against the public league. It'll bring up out from behind the center without getting pressure, and it sure shows. Baxter again on the rollout.
A lot of time on that occasion. Was it caught? No. Jeffrey Coles at the sideline, couldn't control it. So it'll bring up. We're almost through one, and non-public leads 7-0. Jim McCreech with his third punt of the evening. Snap is true. The rush is heavy, but he does get it off. McDevitt, will he field it? No. And down the ball is Greg Garrett from West Philadelphia, and that'll be the end of the first period. So from Northeast High, Charlie Martin Memorial Stadium, after 1 quarter of play. Smink throws underneath to Greg Clark, his Father Judge teammate. He's tackled after a short gain. On the play, among the tacklers, 41 from Ben Franklin, Charlie Pringle.
I'd like to mention some of the kids up front right now. They've made some changes. It looks like number 64, Jimmy Crone from North Catholic, Mike Hagan from Father Judge on the right side. On the left side, Joe Press is now in the ball game from Archbishop Ryan, and the big tackle from Cardinal Doherty, Jim Adams. Schmink over the ball. Got a flag on this one, Ted.
John Clark from Bartram, 84 among the tacklers.
We may have had the back move just prior to the snap, the ball carrier. Looked like number 33, Timmy Crozier out of Ryan. I think Crozier's a little anxious. He doesn't get to carry the ball too much at Ryan. In the night here, he's gotten the call a couple times. But Crozier's a good running back, but I'd like to mention that he is an outstanding.
All right, second and about 10. Smink over the ball. Sets up again, throws short. Between two receivers must have been a broken pattern there at 26.
Yeah, 26, Danny Gidville from Newman could have been wide open on that play if Schmink read the play a little better. Now, I don't know if it was a mix-up on Schmink's part or the receiver. I see Jerry talking to Gidville right now, so obviously the receiver may have went in the wrong direction, and Schmink threw the ball short.
Bob McDevitt from Ryan was also out of the pattern. The pass fell almost dead between both of them.
Brings up a 3rd and 10.
Ostaszewski now the tailback. Spread formation. No one's covering this receiver closest to us at the bottom of the screen, but it's a handoff up the middle to Ostaszewski.
There's no doubt about it that the public league has yet to adjust to the spread formation. Every play they seem to be running in the secondary trying to cover someone. Each time the non-pubs come out in the spread, they have it covered. When they go into the trips formation, it seems like they confuse the public league. And that time they left the receiver at the lower part of your screen wide open.
All right, the draw gets back 8 yards, but it's not enough, and the non-publics will punt. Jim McCaffrey, Archbishop Ryan.
Making the long snap will be John McGlinchey, who's playing nose guard tonight on defense, and he's out of West Catholic and a first-team All-Catholic. Again, great snap. Nice punt.
There's some distance. Cliff Parson can't get it on the first try. Will let it roll. It's going down inside the 10. And it's down at about the 6, we'll call it, until we see better.
We've got a host of non-public league defenders.
Much room between them. All right, public league, the quarterback is Ray Savage, George Washington. Tough spot to get your first snap. To give, 31, Micah Dawkins from Simon Gratz. He's probably the fastest player on their squad, I would
That's
guess.
the first time we've seen the public league come out in a different formation. They come out in a power I to the right, and they handle the right side of the non-public league team. Left this time.
Dawkins again.
Same play to the left. This time McMillan stuffs the play. Along with the nose guard, try to get his number for you. It looked like number 73, Jerome Pointer from West Catholic. And number 42, Jim McCafferty.
3rd and 2. Dawkins comes out after 2 carries.
This could be a big play here with the way the weather's coming down, the rain's falling. If the public league don't get some running room here, they could be backed up again.
Bailey, the tailback. It's power I left. Savage.
Oh,
Pitches. Bad mistake there. It's in the end zone. The non-public's going to score. It's just a matter of who.
who's got the ball there, Teddy? That was a real poor play by Savage. He should have never pitched the ball. There's a lot of people around the football. I'm not sure who scored. It looks like Darren
41.
McMillan, number 41, the linebacker from Doherty. And again, it was a key play, and this is the second time we've seen option, and it's the second time we've seen fumble. Savage came out of there. He had pressure right away. He should have just taken the loss and punted out of there. But again, not to knock the quarterback, but he should have held on to the ball and taken the loss there. It's now cost his team 6 points. And in this type of weather, a 14-point lead could be devastating. And the kick looks like it's good. No, it's not.
No good. Off to the right.
McCafferty seemed to slip there a little bit when he approached the ball and threw the kickoff. This is brought to you by Budget Rent-A-Car and Comcast 66. Budget Rent-A-Car participating in this golf classic can call 457-2022.
Deep kick back almost to the goal line. Bailey gets it, and he's coming out of there hard to the right side. And Bill Bailey from Barcher makes a decent return.
Brought down by Scotty Chestnut, number 32, out of West Catholic. But Bailey really showed his speed on that one. It was a great kick, and Bailey started up the middle. And
23 is Anthony Harris, the blocking back. Wing back goes in motion. Give to Bailey. And that was stacked up from the get-go.
That time, the public league showed motion with the wing back. We went from a slot right to a wing formation here to the left and tried to go back to the weak side, catching the rotation of the non-public league team, but he was stacked up inside right from the get-go by John Shegda from Penn Charter, who's playing defensive end tonight.
Ball to 19, 2nd and 8. Out over the ball at center, Josh Todd from Central. The tight end is Uhura Joby Hamiter from Massbach. The give to Bailey. Nowhere.
Stacked up big time by the non-public league team, and there may have been a fumble. There was a host of tacklers in on that play, led by Dave Neese, number 85 from Father Judge. David will be attending Fordham University in the fall and had an outstanding season for the Judge Crusaders.
Brian Blake from Penn Charter also going to Fordham Med. So the Fordham Rams have taken 2 players out of the game. No game, still 8 yards to go, 3rd down. Savage, Dawkins back at tailback. To give to Dawkins, 51, Mark Patero, Father Judge. That's unusual. On offense, he was playing wing back and serving as a blocker. Now he's on defense, making tackles.
He's used to that. He's played both positions at Father Judge, both offensively and defensively. Judge used him in a goal line situation as a blocking back, and we've seen it here again tonight. But tonight he's a little out of position. He's usually a linebacker and serves some time as a nose tackle, but tonight they got him at defensive tackle. And he's strong and quick, and he's not going to have any problems adjusting the defensive tackle.
Creech, the punt. Clark wants to run, but can't. Dawkins downfield in a hurry to make the tackle. So Greg Clark caught the ball at about the 43 and loses a yard. And that's where the non-publics will take over at the public 44-0. Almost bobbled the snap. And number 42, Vincent McNeil from West Philly in on the tackle.
And Morash picked up a couple of tough yards up inside. But again, the trips formation, the near receiver in the trips seemed to be wide open again, Ted. If Schmink wanted to dump the ball off to him, it's an easy completion. He can't run far downfield because he'll run into the safety, but he can get that 5 or 6 yards almost any time he wants to. Here we're going to see it again.
Mintel, tailback, gets a couple.
That's going to bring up about a third and about 6. And in comes Derek Norris at the quarterback spot, along with Timmy Crozier. We're wide open again.
Norris is in as a receiver this time at the top of your screen. Smink drops the snap, and that play will be aborted quickly and bring up a 4th down. Smink's had a little problem with his footwork and the ball handling. Of course, it's getting wetter and wetter as the evening proceeds. And we might talk about the assistant coaching and the scouting in this game. As far as I know, the assistants, there are nobody upstairs with headphones, and you pretty much have to adjust on the fly.
Yeah, I think if both teams had the opportunity to use the headsets, that the adjustments would be.
Last game again on the non-public. I think they might have taken that one off.
Bach and Terrell Jones from Washington, and McCafferty will be back to do the punting again. Again, another good snap. Get some pressure that time, Ted.
Parson takes it on the run and gets about a 10-yard return. Cliff Parson from Bach took the ball at his own 18. And we have a penalty, some little extracurricular activity.
Yeah, there was a little pushing and shoving there in
value locations. Among them, Abington and Race Street in Center City. And it's 1st down. Oh, wait, that was a dead ball foul. Look at that changer way upfield. So the public league in a big time hole. Dead ball foul.
Stacked up again. Trying to get some numbers for you. Looks like number 16, Ray Brown from North Catholic, and number 34, Brian Devine from Ryan.
Gain of 1.
I would imagine here that the public league will try to play conservatively and use as much time as they can on the clock and kick out of here and go into the locker room down 13-0 if they possibly can.
2nd and 25. Savage.
Goes to show you how much I know.
That's going to be underthrown and picked off. Number 30, Mark Stendardo, North Catholic. Close inside the 10. So, public league tried to get out of there. As Ed mentioned, it might not have been the most desirable play in the world. It was underthrown. Stendardo picked it off.
Yeah, the non-public secondary is not going to be fooled here in that situation. And Stenardo was sitting back there 15 yards deep at the snap of the ball. They knew they had so much yards.
Smink at quarterback, I formation. No motion. Smink's going to throw. Overthrown. So Matt Helgerson triple covered in the end zone.
Wasn't a bad call on 1st down.
Yeah, I like that.
They did freeze everybody up there with the fake to the fullback going up inside. But it looked like Helgerson got tied up, leaving the line of scrimmage, and Schmink had to hold on to the ball just a little longer than he would like to.
He didn't really move back at all. I was surprised the public league didn't get to him. He was still basically at the place where he took the snap.
So it'll be 2nd down here with 5:24 left to play, and the non-publics threatening to put another one on the board.
The give to Mintel. 2nd effort gets him to about the 3-yard line.
They may have lost the ball there. It looked like one of the public league kids came up with the football, but they're not going to give him the ball. And it'll be a 3rd down situation for the non-public league. looks like the ball's on about the 3-4 yard line.
Yeah, we'll call it the 4 from here. It's a little tough to tell for sure. Non-public's going for the 3-touchdown lead. Otero in motion. Smink, keeper, and he's in.
He's in.
Jerry Smink, Father Judge, rolls to the left, keeps the ball, and scores.
If someone would have told me this yesterday, I wouldn't have believed it. I just didn't think that the non-public league is still wide open. They don't have everybody covered. Here's option. Ostashevsky. Looks like he's in. Public league's confused out there. Obviously, they thought they were going to go for the extra point, and
For the non-publics, a little bit of a win behind them. Triple safeties for the club. And the ball will be taken by number 31, Micah Dawkins, on the 9-yard line. So chooses to go to the middle, now breaks it to the outside, and is tackled around the 30-yard line, flag thrown late on the play. We'll see what that is.
with us in the booth tonight is a former Eagles player. Just to comment on what he has seen here tonight. Vince, what do you think so far?
Well, first of all, Ed, I'd like to congratulate you on your new job.
Mistakes, and I think probably both of those mistakes were caused by weather.
All right, the penalty was clipping, and it put the public league back to the 15-yard line. Ray Savage still at quarterback. The give there was to number 45, is that?
Yes.
Jamal Smith from Dobbins.
Yeah, the tackle made by John McGlinchey from West Catholic and Ed DiCamillo from Father Judge. Again, Vince, the public league, on the other hand, seems to be just playing a pretty conservative. We've only seen two different formations out of them, and they have been pretty basic.
Well, that's always been Alpha Capito style anyway, just go right at them. And I guess in weather like this is especially now because the weather's gotten worse ever since non-public got that first score. That's when they really showed what kind of offensive potential they had with all the multiple sets. They were having three wide receivers on one side, the other guy to the other, and one setback.
Ball fumbled, picked up, however. Bailey dropped it, and he'll still lose the tackle. 31.
Mike Giuliano from Father Judge High School. Michael is also our scholarship award winner as the top of the field.
Savage again. To give to 34. Dennis Rivers from Washington. Not nearly enough. And the club will have to punt again. 2:30 left.
Public league.
Jim McCreesh back to his 5-yard line. Gets it out. And Bob McDevitt from Ryan, just inside midfield. That's the corner, and then gets run out of bounds by number 51. Jim McCreesh, the punter.
Not a bad return there, and it's going to give the non-publics good field position again. What do you think, Vince? He's going to put it up in the air right away and go for another score before the half?
Yeah, I think he will.
He's going to quarterback draw. That looked like an intended play there. Quarterback draw for Norris, down inside the 15.
Norris had a lot of success during the regular season running that play. That's a play that's built right into the offense for him. He's got happy feet, and once he decides to go with the football, he's off and running.
The one thing I was watching, and Ted, I was watching the second.
Credit to the non-public league staff. They put this in during the week after the event.
Ted, thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
Congratulations to you for all your work you've done and the commitment to the All-Star game. You've done a great job. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Vince.
Okay, Derek Norris, draw to Mintel, and number 75 was right in his face. Kwame Leslie, however, we might have a face mask, and we do.
That's a real shame because they really smelled that play out from
Maybe they could have said that they came back in July. This is always a hard question. So much pride in something that I want to join, especially as video works so hard. Major sponsors.
Back draw, that time the public league smelled it, and a loss of 1. Patero in motion. To give Ostashevsky, the little water bug, inside the 5 down to maybe the 4.
Again, nice blocking by Patero, who went in motion. Mark is a loadout there. He's 230 pounds. They're using him as a wingback. He's also doubling as the defensive tackle on defense. And he goes in motion, kicks out that defensive end.
Both the 4 when they finally put the ball down. Derek Norris, the quarterback. Matt Helverson, tight end to the right. Live formation. Norris
Reverse, he's going to walk in.
Bob McDevitt.
Wingback reverse.
Archbishop Ryan.
I'm familiar with that play. Ryan ran that play against us at Father Judge last season. They were down on the goal line.
Jim McCaffrey is good.
He's good. Okay, on the replay here, you see the fake of the power up inside. Great call by Coach Gallione. And the public league was completely fooled on Helverson from North Catholic, who was a two-way performer for North. And you see some two-way duty here tonight.
Whistles.
He had to play a lot of tight end because of the illness to Jim Stout from Ryan, who came down with mononucleosis and was unable to play. So Halverson is seeing double duty as both a tight end and a defensive end. And he's used to that. He's ready for the kickoff now.
The penalty was against the public league. Again, the front 5. Someone pulled off the ball too quickly. Kick down to Dawkins. Dawkins is 13. There he goes.
Stopwatch on him. He may have broken a record on that one.
Well, the clock's at 38, so they can come 14 seconds. And that's after the referee stopped.
That was out and out speed. That was that may have been world class speed on that one.
87 yards. Mike Dawkins from Simon Jackson. I think the game needed that, if not the public league.
Yes, I agree. That'll give the public league at least a boost to go in at halftime thinking that they have a legitimate shot to come back in the second half. I'm sure that the non-public league team was napping a little bit, thinking a 28-0 lead would put the Pubs to sleep, but it's obvious it was the reverse.
All right, the kicker, Dan Metter from Northeast. Trying to have the PA2.
Not a real good snap.
Blocked.
Try to find out who blocked that for you, but the snap was slow getting back there, and it looked like Brian Devine from right away. The non-Pubs come back with a good play, blocking that kick.
Now, will they get the kickoff again here, Ed? Is that still one of the rules?
Yep.
Good kick, you were correct, Ed?
Yep.
Josh Todd makes the recovery.
I don't know if that's the kick he wanted. That looked more like an onside kick, but I think he should have scooped it a little further down the field because the non-Pubs obviously weren't playing. And now we're going to have a delay of the game, maybe. That's unfortunate for the public league. Yes, we're going to delay the game. Obviously, they got to put it up in the air. It would be crazy here to keep run the clock out. The worst that can happen is he throws the interception, but throw it down the field.
Ray Savage.
They choose it. They choose it. Belly play. Bailey. He's going to pick up some yardage, and we got a flag on the play. And I'm not so sure that was a clip. I think the official caught that out of the corner of his eye, but it looked like a pretty good block from here. But maybe we can get a replay on that last. He's here with the score: non-Pubs 28, Public League 6. And again, this broadcast is brought to you by Comcast 66 and our sponsors, Budget Rent-A-Car. So Teddy, the second half here is going to be interesting. Whether the Public League can regroup and come out and put some points on the board quick and climb back into this game as soon as possible.
Okay, that's the half.
House of Detention, prison, police academy, and the waterworks, and it's part of the waterworks, it's Linden Avenue. You'll see Vinny's Restaurant. Get the right.
Watch a few plays here, Carlos, and we'll ask you to make some comment.
There's the kick from Helverson downfield, caught by Hamiter on about the 21, and he goes very little distance before being pushed back.
Tackle made by number 85, David Neese from Father Judge. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Public League team. And let's see if they come out throwing like Carlos suggested here.
First and 10, only 21. Mark Baxter from Mastbaum will be the quarterback. At least for now, they're operating in an area of the field that has not been affected too much by the rain, and should be reasonably good turf for footing there. Jeff Cole's split right. Carlos knows something about him. Wow, mix up on the handoff.
Yes. Tackle made there. Looked like the nose guard again. Looks like Brian Devine just slipped the center's block and was in the backfield before they can get started. So it was a 1st and 10 play, and we haven't seen any pass, Carlos. So here we are with 2nd and long. He's going to have to put the ball in the air here, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. They need to do something pretty quick. Taking Jeff out of the game.
Public League, if they can score here, would get the kickoff again, Ed, right?
Right. Again, we look like we have some mix-up.
Baxter, snowed under.
Baxter having problems again with the snap from center, and number 51, Patero, along with, it looks like Merritt from Penn Charter, made the stop on Baxter.
Public League really looks confused.
Well, we were saying that earlier, that they look confused defensively, but now they come out here on offense, and Baxter has been sitting on the bench most of the 2nd quarter and plus the halftime, and he's cold out there, and he's had two problems with 2 snaps in a row.
You just keep it simple, basic.
Offsides, 52 jumped for the Pub. Luis Torres from Edison looked to lead early.
That's not going to help him. That's going to bring up a 3rd and about 15 or 16.
3rd and 20. Baxter, the keeper, and he gets back about 4.
Stayed safe.
Yes, Merritt again from Penn Charter. Looked like they tried to run the option there that time, put the ball in Baxter's hands and make something happen. But it just is not to be, as John Merritt stepped in and took away the quarterback immediately. So it'll be 4th down coming up, and it'll be a Public League punt. And back in punt formation to receive the punt will be Bob McDevitt from Archbishop Ryan.
Already has a touchdown to his credit. Late in the first half, scored on the 4-yard wing-back reverse. Jim McCreesh from Frankfurt back at the 3-yard line awaits the snap.
May have movement again, but there's no flag. Going to let the ball lie. Nobody's going to return this one. Got pretty good coverage there by number 40, Greg Garrett from West Philly. But the non-Pubs will take over in great field position. Well, Carlos, we're going to see here whether they come out in the spread with Mark Allen.
And only 2 defenders trying to cover 3 receivers. To give up the middle, however.
Stacked up pretty good by number 73, Keith Smiley, and number 44, Jamie Jacobs.
The non-public league really wanted to exploit it like we talked again. They were just audible every time. They could make something happen because there's no coverage there. Public league still hasn't made any adjustments.
Here we go, trips to the left. Split end on the backside. Now they got it covered.
Norris.
Here comes Norris.
To throw, do you think? Maybe not.
He's got happy feet, like I said earlier, but the Pubs defense that pretty good with number 44 again, Jamie Jacobs from Mastbaum making the stop.
You like those linebackers, Lou?
They made him make a decision, and he wants to get out there and
Have it, though. Take to the sideline. Norris.
Well, you see why. They got single coverage on the backside and took advantage of it. The ball was just thrown a little low, and Warner dove for it, hit his hands, but it's going to come up as an incompletion. And it'll bring up a 4th down now. The non-Pubs could choose to go for it or possibly punt the ball in the coffin corner and back up the Public League again.
It looks like the non-public league wants to throw the ball a little bit. With Norris getting the ball out there, I think if they put a little more pressure on him, they can make something happen.
They're going for it here. It's 4th and 6.
Big down.
If the Pubs can stop them here, they'll have decent field position for the first time today.
Will scramble. 3. Downfield.
Oh.
Tip ball caught by number 82, Charlie Warner from Judge. The ball was tipped, I think, by Bob McDevitt.
It's always nice to have a little luck out there, and that's what it was.
Lady Luck's in the man puck side of the
The
day.
intended receiver was well covered, hit him in the hands, pops into Warner's hands, and Warner comes up the hero on that one. But it'll be first down, non-pubs with 10:20 left to go in the third quarter.
Public League had him twice cornered and didn't bring him down. He has good feet. He made the play there.
Trips again left. Single setback. And he gets the call.
Morash, nice hole there on the right side. Pretty good blocking there. Just simple base, straight ahead base blocking, and they open up a nice hole, and Morash slithers through and picks up some nice yardage inside. And the blocking up front here on this particular drive has been pretty good. Number 64, Jimmy Crone from North Catholic is in there right now, along with Joe Press from Archbishop Ryan, and the center, John Alborn, on the right.
I think I could have made it do that.
I know I couldn't have, so I'm not going to talk.
2nd and 2.
Here we are, spread formation with the wide receiver not covered. He's out here waving, asking for someone to give him the ball, and they run option.
Ostashevsky. Helverson couldn't make the block. That might have been a touchdown.
Helverson was out here real wide that time, waving to Norris, telling him that he wasn't covered. But obviously, Norris didn't see him, or else he could have called some kind of audible and just threw the ball up in the air.
Public League once again hasn't made that adjustment.
But it's first down again. No, there was no adjustment on that play.
If the corner walks up, that's covered.
That looks like a first and goal from the 7-yard line. Here they come spread again. It'll be trips to the right. Backside split.
There he is. He's up on him. Maybe they wanted to look for this big guy right here, this wide out of
89, Matt Helverson in the red helmet. Norris back over the middle.
Look at this. Nice play. Drop the ball.
Dropped the ball,
I think that was a completion, but they're going to rule it incomplete.
Is that Ostashevsky?
I didn't get the number. I will have to.
It's a Ryan helmet.
As soon as they, I think it is. Again to the right, split end on the back side. Nice play by the Public League, number 75.
Kwame
Leslie from Roxborough, who just came in unmolested. Nobody touched the defensive end here on the backside. And that's part of the problem with the spread formation. If the guards don't get out to block them, you're going to have a defensive end running free. And with the bad weather here, the guards seem to not get out at all. I don't know if he missed his assignment or the weather had something to do with it, but the guard didn't get out to pick up the backside end. And that'll bring up a third down, and it'll be 3rd and 22. So the Public League has put on a staunch defense here. Trips again. Public League looks confused again. Safety's not in good position to cover that inside guy. Nice move.
Tackled by Lance Johnstone, 24, and number 35, Danny Soto on pass block.
He needs to get a little stronger physically, but that'll come with maturity. But he really has a nose for the game and knows what he's doing.
Norris for the keeper so far.
A nice move again. Doesn't look like he's going to get the first down.
Johnstone's been tackled along with.
And we got a penalty. We got a penalty, and if it's against the Public League, it's going to really be unfortunate. It looks like it's going to be a dead ball foul, and this will change the complexion of the game immensely if it's against the Public League. And it's a personal foul, but we can't see who it's against. It looks like the Public League, and that is a shame.
Public League ball, Mark Baxter at the quarterback spot, moves up the middle to Bill Bailey, I believe. Short gain.
Stacked up inside there. Looks like a host of tacklers. Again, led by Brian Devine in the middle. Devine's having himself a pretty good ball game, but I don't think he's had too many bad ones in his career, but he's doing a pretty good job there. I know the 2 linebackers in there right now are fortunate to have him in there. He makes things easy for you.
Always takes out at least 1 block.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes more. Drop snap, Baxter improvises. And makes out pretty good. Gets it up to about the 13-yard line. Pure athleticism there, Ed.
Yeah, that was McBride that was injured early in the ball game.
Baxter will keep close to first down.
Baxter was a step away from breaking that as the defensive end lost his footing. Mike Conway from Doherty made the tackle, but they gave Baxter enough room to get the first down, and that is their first down of the second half. Maybe they
can get the first down on Baxter's 3-yard keeper. To Dawkins, who went 87 for kickoff return for a touchdown. Has to settle for about 2 that time.
Okay, not a bad play there by the non-pub defense. I didn't get who made those tackles.
You know me, Ed, I look at offense.
Starting to lose the numbers on these kids' jerseys with the mud.
That's McGlinchey over the ball, so we can look for him, maybe. Baxter collides with his running back, the fullback.
Nice play by number 70, Thomas McGarity, and Ed DiCamillo bring down a ball carrier for no gain. Again, McGarity and DiCamillo make the tackle, but McGlinchey was the guy that took on 2 blockers.
Baxter loses the ball, it's loose. We're going to have a recovery, maybe a touchdown. Yes.
Again, we just got done talking about the nose play, and up comes a big play, and it looks like Mike Conway from the non-pubs has recovered that for a touchdown. I'm not sure who caused the fumble. It could have been Patero from Father Judge, but I don't want to give credit where it's not due, but I do think that number 51, Mark Patero, knocked the ball out of Baxter's hand, and it's recovered for a touchdown.
It was someone with one of the dirtier uniforms. 4-6. Jim McCaffrey. Pop up. No good.
It's a good snap. I think McCaffrey lost his footing again. Now we have some pushing and shoving, and we got a flag for 2 tickets to Hawaii, Ted, which will be changed off within minutes here. We'll find out if we're going to Hawaii for summer vacation.
That's right. I guess the end of the third quarter. That's supposed to be.
Yes, I just put my ticket in the hat. Now, if you want to pick it out, pull it out. You know, I'm sure you can be my companion on that trip. I haven't figured out, Teddy, whether the player was tossed or not.
No, I didn't see any ejection sign, so we'll see or not.
And the public league problems,
that'll be blown dead.
Public league problems continue as Bailey trips. And,
not a non-public one. It was, I remember a fellow named Tim Gramlich from Ryan.
No. I coached in that game, Teddy. I believe that was 28-0.
Somebody scored at least 34.
That was 28-0 that year, Franklin Field. It was an incompleted pass by the public league. Can play pass defense here now.
Baxter sprints left, throws,
intercepted. Giuliano from Father Judge, back on the corner. Ball hit him right in the belly. And that'll be a non-public league ball. And again, they got good field position.
Starting the fourth quarter, ball at the 42-yard line of the Publics. Derek Norris gives to Mark Ostaszewski. Good running room. Tight to the sideline, finally pulled down.
Good blocking that time by Jim Adams from Doherty and Matty Ott from Ryan. They just blew a big hole.
American Airlines also among the prominent sponsors. Philadelphia Daily News, Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
That time is a straight handoff to Jimmy Mintel from North Catholic. And I watched Ott on that play, Teddy. He just took his man and blew him down the field. Big block by Matty Ott from Archbishop Ryan. I thought during the regular season he was one of the better blockers in the Northern Division, and he showed it here tonight. He's doing a pretty good job up front at handling this public league defense. Way out in front with the score 34-6. And the only score for the public league coming on a fantastic stick with the eye formation with Crozier at fullback right now and Dan Gidville from Newman at tailback. And the handoff is to Gidville, and he's stacked up on the line of scrimmage. And a tackle made by number 61, Troy Davis from Overbrook.
Also 88, Warren Hilton from Central.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. No gain. Looks like number 65 75, Garrett Jackson. Number 78, Jim Adams. Number 63, Bill McComb from Roman.
And Ginville on the draw.
Up front, offensively, the non-publics have tremendous size this year.
Norris going up top for Clark. Covered by Parson. Parson makes the interception, but he's over the end line. So call it incomplete.
He looked like Willie Mays on that one. He just kind of looked like he was waving like I got it and then caught it one-handed. But unfortunately, he was out of the public league. He's got to score a ton of points to get back into this football game.
Ray Savage in the quarterback. Micah Dawkins had a little bit of room, then lost it quickly.
Brought down by number 22, Tom Zio from Ryan. Somebody had him by the leg, but those poor guys up front, we can't see their numbers anymore. So they're not going to get too much credit. We're going to have a 2nd and 8.
2nd and 12.
2nd and 12. He lost 2 yards on that? Yep, he did.
Savage keeps. Snowed under.
The pursuit here has been outstanding. We got about 6 people around the ball, but he's drugged down from behind by Mark Patero.
Tom McGarity, number 7, also there. 7D, I'm sorry.
Sitting back at about 20 yards deep. Now it's going to become very difficult to put the ball in the air, and here it is. He does get a completion out of it, and the tackle's made by Giuliano. I can't tell here whether he's close to a first down or not. It looks like he's short of the first down. And the public league is in punt formation. Maybe we look for a fake here, Ted, but it's not going to happen. Nope. Ball's kicked. High. Clark, fair catch. And again, the non-public league team will take over around the 46-yard line in an excellent field position. But I don't think we're going to see too much throwing anymore. I'm sure that Coach Gallione will try to take some time off of that clock and would be satisfied with putting together a nice little drive here. Warner split to the right.
Morris gives to Ginville. Strong runner. Takes a tackler a couple extra yards.
Basic football there, blocking straight ahead, nothing fancy. Fake to the fullback slot. This time we have Greg Clark split to the right, Warner split to the left. Straight handoff to Crozier up the middle, and he's stacked up for little or no gain. Looks like number 70 locked down to 9:23.
Bob McDevitt split right, and Derek wants a timeout.
Again, we'd like to thank Budget Rent-A-Car for their sponsor.
To boot, Helverson, volleyball, can't make the catch.
Nice effort on Helverson's part. He went up like the basketball player he is, but came down a little short-handed. Now we got another guy dropping off.
Might want to mention at this point, Ed, that Brian White from Washington suffered an injury and was unable to play in the game. Clifford Parson on the return. Gets about 8 yards.
Yeah, White unfortunately suffered a leg injury, and
we're about 8.5 minutes left. Mark Baxter returns. Option. The pitch to Dawkins is short. And will he even recover it? Yes?
Yes, he recovered the ball, and it looked like Matty Helverson, one of the few guys out there tonight going new linebacking core. So they've been switching all night, and these kids are fresh.
Yep. Dawkins. Short game.
Brought down from behind, it looked like number 85, David Neese, and along with number 45, Brian Wick from Penn Charter. All along, Coach Gallione and the defensive people felt as though that was their strong point, and obviously tonight they got 2 defensive scores, and throughout the ball game we have seen a fresh crew each series. So nobody out there is tired from the non-pubs, and he's played 22, 23 defensive players all night long.
Bill Bailey. over the 20.
Brought down by, again, David Neese, number 85, along with number 34, Brian Devine.
As you know, Ed, for decades, the Catholic League has hung its hat on defense and pounding people. No difference tonight.
Pretty good punt.
Loose, but not loose enough.
Clarkey loses the ball, but scoops it back in. He looked like a goalie there on a hockey team, but he held on to that thing.
Derek Norris, I formation. The give inside, and a gain of 4. Rick Morash. Look forward to it so much, especially if it's their son playing the game. For some of these kids, it might be the last football game that they ever play. You don't know what college is going to be. Good hit there. Cliff Carson from Bach came up at the end and really stuck Jim Meintel.
Meintel was fighting for the extra yardage, but kind of paid for it that time, as Parsons came up and really laid the pads to him. Again, we keep seeing the switching of the offensive back, so they're also fresh.
Ostashevsky.
Pretty nice play that time defensively. We have quite a number of people on the tackle, but number 63 just stuffed his play from start to finish. Jamie Holmes out of Bach. To be the first assistant coach ever selected as a head coach to coach in this game. And it's quite an honor to him, and I know he's not going to be happy with the results of this game, but we have Crozier and Ostashevsky in the backfield along with Derek Norris.
Top again. Will he keep? He keeps. Johnston in pursuit, runs him out of bounds.
Will be the other offensive MVP from the non-public league squad.
Fake to Ostashevsky, downfield.
Morash breaks up the middle for about a 10-yard gain. And it'll be another first down, it looks like, for the non-public league squad. Now the MVPs for the both clubs from the public league, it'll be Lance Johnstone out of Germantown, the linebacker. He's just been in about every other play here tonight. And he will be our MVP for the defensive side of the football. And from the non-public league team, Mike Conway, number 86 from Doherty, the defensive end who's headed up to Temple University as a walk-on. So our 4 selections have been made, and they're 4 good ones. And I know the selection committee had a tough time picking some defensive players out from the non-public league team. I didn't see anybody out there have a bad ball game tonight. And off to Meintel. Meintel almost breaks it.
To about the 9.
Again, the offensive line up front for the non-publics is starting to beat up on the public league defenders. They've been out there a long time, and they're not. I kind of feel bad for the public league team tonight. They had a lot of things go wrong for them.
Ostashevsky to about the 6.
I know the non-public league squad doesn't feel the same way I do, but it's been a good ball game. It's been a hard-fought ball game, but obviously all the breaks have went to the non-public league team, and they've made the breaks, really. They came to play tonight and winning this ball game 34-6 and breaking the tie that stood prior to the game. So the non-public did have a good time. And before we leave, again, I'd like to thank Comcast 66 for bringing this game to you, along with our sponsors, American Airlines, Budget Rent-A-Car, Philadelphia Daily News, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Also, we do not want to break away without mentioning the new sponsorship of the Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
Okay, from Northeast High, Ed, that'll do it. The 17th annual Daily News Eagles All-Star Football Game is history. Final, non-publics 34,